Stigmata of St. Francis was made by the famous Italian artist Giotto di Bondone. It was originally part of the altarpiece for the Church of San Francesco in Pisa, Italy. Giotto lived either or near Florence during the later 13th century and was greatly influenced by the changing world around him. During his time, Western Europe was experiencing a large state-building process fueled by the taxes that were paid by the citizens. The large amount of revenue that was brought through these taxes enabled an atmosphere of competition, leading to one of the most important cultural revolutions in human history, the Renaissance. Painters and sculptors moved towards a more fluid and more natural representations of art, replacing the stiff models that were seen in medieval artwork. As time progressed, artists stopped making art exclusively for large cathedrals and started doing work on behalf of the social elite. This led to fewer depictions of holiness and instead more normal human images in a more cosmopolitan atmosphere. This particular painting was completed between the years 1295 and 1300, and it depicts Saint Francis of Assisi, the founder of the Franciscan orders. Francis followed the teachings of our Lord by living in poverty and practicing penance, and in 1224 he became the first documented person to ever experience Christ's passion through the stigmata, which are body marks, sores, and pain in locations that would correspond those to the crucifixion wounds of Jesus Christ. We will see an emphasis on the wounds of the hands, his side, and his feet. The Stigmata of St. Francis is one of the first narrative panels of its kind. The full work depicts the following scenes. First, the stigmatization of St. Francis. Second, Pope Innocent III's dream of Lateran. Third, Pope Innocent confirming the Franciscan rule. And fourth, the Francis sermon to the birds. This panel was once displayed in the Louvre after Napoleon raided Italy and had all of this artwork transported to Paris. The stigmata is painted on a structure made of vertical joint planks, with a frame and moldings that were non-existent in previous versions. With this new structure, this piece had more room to display a full-length portrayal of St. Francis. The front of the panel was painted with tempera, giving it a characteristic golden background. This is one of the first works to employ naturalism, which means that the altarpiece abandoned the traditional Byzantine style of an expression. Therefore, we are not seeing any frontal figures with serious facial gesture. St. Francis is kneeling in front of a mountain on one knee beneath the seraphic figure of Jesus. His expression might show fear, maybe even astonishment, emotions that were not depicted in earlier paintings. Jesus Christ is passing along his passion to Francis via golden rains that emanate from his own wounds inflicted during the crucifixions, and that now are a reward for St. Francis's faithfulness. Francis also dominates this scene to the extent that Jesus is only visible in the upper corner of the painting. St. Francis receiving the stigmata is one of the earliest artworks to show signs of these naturalism techniques, leaving the traditional Byzantine medieval conventions of art, depicting instead figures with more human emotions. The stigmata makes use of a narrative designs that would eventually replace the front-facing art of earlier years. Giotto was a very influential figure in the early stages of the Renaissance, in Florence in particular, and like his other contemporaries, he would help to shape art in Europe for the following 3 centuries. So this is all for now, and I hope to see you soon in the next video. Thank you for everything, peace and all good.